Okay, so we had an exchange between Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. They're both on Fox Sports, and they were discussing Giannis Antetokounmpo and his comments during media day. And he was saying that generally his main comment was, I want to win every single season that I'm playing, period. And Kelvin Washington went on to say that he expects more from Giannis Antetokounmpo, that he should be at a higher level than he is right now. He should be a better player. He should be looking for chances to win, not necessarily staying with the Milwaukee Bucks. But he's basically saying that he would prefer to see Giannis Antetokounmpo ask for a trade and actually try to win with somebody else, team up with somebody on a different team, whether it be Miami Heat or somewhere else, then just stay in Miami and have a team that doesn't really have a chance to win, and he doesn't even know, if they're going to be able to win anytime soon, and his prime is sooner or later going to be finished. He's 30 years old already. And then Rob Parker stepped in and kind of said that there's a lot of great players, and they're great players, and they've never achieved a championship. Yet Giannis Antetokounmpo achieved the championship on the team that he was drafted to, and he's achieved all this, and he's been this great so many years, and there is no need to even expect anything from him because he's a made man in the NBA. So I mostly agree with Rob Parker, but I want you to listen to this exchange so I can kind of weigh in on it and give you a little bit more of my opinion. But I think it was an interesting exchange. It's a little bit longer than expected, but just take a listen and I'll be right back.
But he was asked by reporters, hey, we heard, it was well reported by several people, including ESPN Shams Charania, that you were considering demanding a trade out of Milwaukee. And Giannis, being the stand-up guy that he is, confirmed it. Here's what he said, quote, "Of course, yes, every summer there's truth to every report. I want to be on a team that gives me a chance to win a championship. It's a disservice to the game to not want to compete at a high level, to want your season to end in April. It's not the first time. I had the same thoughts last year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. It's never going to change. I want to be among the best, complete with the best, and win another championship, period."
This is where we start to get into the pantheons of greats, right? This is where we start to have conversations of the pecking order of your top 10, your top 15, your top 20. And for me, I've said this. You and I have talked about it last season, during the NBA postseason, and even just during the season. I expect more out of Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek freak, I want more out of him. He is a phenomenal player. He's an MVP candidate every year. He had an incredible season again last year, putting up MVP-type numbers. He is a 9-time All-Star, 9-time All-NBA. This is another great one. 5-time All-Defensive, 2-time MVP, All-Star MVP, top 75 player all-time. And then we go Finals MVP. We can go on and on and on. And this is why my expectations are higher for him. This is why I want him in the Eastern Conference, is what we call it. Why hasn't he been to the finals a couple more times? I'm not saying he has to have 3-4 rings already. He still has another 6-7 years of a really good career. But I'm saying he should be in the finals a couple more times. He should be guys that are competing for finals instead of us coming into the season not even thinking about the Bucks. And there's too many seasons where we don't think about the Bucks for him to be on the team. And what's the point of being just that great where you're an MVP candidate in the Eastern Conference where you have a chance? There's no behemoth in the Eastern Conference, right? He's not dealing with the Warriors of the West where I can't get past him. So I think if he was sitting right here in his third chair, he would be like, yo, Dub, I'm with you. I should be in the finals more often. I should have maybe one more ring. And I want him to be competing for that year in, year out. Instead, we come into the year and you're like, they'll maybe be a 3 seed, 4. Like, you don't have a high of enough expectation. And it doesn't make any sense because he didn't come in highly touted. We didn't really know him like that. But now you look at a guy like Jokic, same thing. Jokic, all right, you're an MVP candidate every year. I'm expecting you to be in the finals more because, again, when we typically get that caliber of player in the NBA, it's usually followed with some type of dominance, right? You get a bunch of MVPs with Tim Duncan. He stays relevantly in the finals, obviously 2 in 5. LeBron stayed in the finals. Steph stayed in the finals. KD, once he got with the word, stayed in the finals. They don't even go back in the day. Isaiah Thomas and the Birds and Magic. So he's too good to, if another 5, 6, 7 years career ends, another MVP or two, and he walked away with 1 finals appearance or 1 final win, that would be disappointing for the greatness. I mean, his reference page is littered with credentials. Littered. You know how you click on the more? It just keeps falling down with credentials. And I think it's okay and fair to have a higher expectation for the caliber of player that he is, especially in a conference where there's no dominance there. It's not like he's playing 2012 through 18 LeBron.
I could not disagree with you more, and I think I'll just give you a list. Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, John Stockton, Patrick Malone, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, Allen Iverson, Elgin Baylor, Steve Nash, Chris Paul. What do all those great players have in common? They never won a championship. So Giannis, So Giannis is a made man in the NBA, and he's already won a couple of MVPs. He won a championship in Milwaukee with nobody, without another top 50 player. And I'm not saying he doesn't want to win, but he did the unthinkable. Everybody was like, you're crazy. Why would you stay in Milwaukee? I heard you'll never win. Go to the Miami Heat. You remember that? Mm-hmm. He could have asked out. Go to Miami. Go play with LeBron. Go do something else. It was all out there. And he said, no, I'm not with all that. I'm not working out with these guys. I'm not doing any of that. I'm my own dog, and he won his own championship. That championship there, to me, means so much more than if you go team up with other people. This is one that he earned. He has mad respect from people because he was able to put it together, able to win a championship in a place that normally doesn't win. That normally doesn't win. And that is what you want, is to be able to win. And he's done all that. Now, if he gets another one, that would be great. But to look down on Giannis's career in Milwaukee and say he didn't accomplish enough, please, I just gave you some of these great players. Chris Paul has been on a gazillion teams with a gazillion guys, and he can't win. It ain't that easy to win. Ask LeBron, who's played 23 years and got 4 championships. And you're going to look at Giannis and question like, he didn't have his career wasn't that great because he only won 1 time.
So I tend to agree 90% with Rob Parker on this whole exchange. And I'll tell you this. The one name that comes to my mind is Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki stayed in Dallas all of his career. He only won 1 title. I have so much respect for that guy's career and the way that he won and the way that he got it and the way that he stayed loyal to his team and the team stayed loyal to him. But the way he did it, the way he carried himself, I respect Giannis's freaking 1 championship and Dirk won championship probably more than any of LeBron's at this moment. LeBron, every time he went to a situation that he either had a heads up information that AD was coming to the Lakers. He had a heads up information that Love is coming to the Cavs. He knew who he was joining in Miami. So he was always going to a situation that he already knew was going to be prearranged for him to give him the best chance to win a title. I don't respect it as much. He got those rings. You can't take that away from him. But I don't respect that kind of an achievement over an achievement like Giannis got in Milwaukee, over an achievement like Dirk Nowitzki got in Dallas. over an achievement that Dwayne Wade got in Miami Heat pretty much on his own with half a Shaq in his third year in the NBA. Now that's what I respect. And to tell you the truth, if I was Giannis, and what I would love for Giannis to do, I would love for Giannis to stay in Milwaukee. I mean, listen, I would love for him to request a trade and end up with my New York Knicks. I would love him for that. But I would love for him, for his career, for him to stay with Milwaukee, but be more active, actually trying to get somebody there to help him out. Like, yo, come here, join me. Because there's other players that don't have that setup that he has. That he came to this team, he dragged it to the finals, he won a championship. He's the cornerstone of that franchise. A lot of players don't have that. So get somebody like that in to help you out. I mean, you won before without a top 75 player. Why not do it again? You can do it in the East. It's just a couple pieces away. He's got to kind of come up with a good plan with the Milwaukee Bucks ownership on what are we doing in the next 1 to 2 seasons tops to set ourselves up where we could actually get somebody in here that could help me and we can make a run for another title. Let's do that. I would respect him so much more for that instead of literally requesting a trade to a team that would put him in position to win the title. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. So I said I agree with Parker about 90% because I would love for Giannis to join up with someone, but join up with someone in Milwaukee, not ask for a trade and go away and leave. That's my 90%. And the 10% is joining up where I agree with Washington. He could achieve more, but I think Giannis is making the correct move now for his career because he's about to start working out with Carmelo Anthony, working on his mid-range game and his shooting. And I think that's the only aspect of his game that is missing. If just imagine all that Giannis can do, play D, drive to the basket, rebound, block, all that stuff, and the way he runs. If he could get a very good mid-range game and improve his jump shot tremendously, dude, this dude would be unstoppable. Unstoppable. Literally. If he works on that and he gets that this season and then he improves for the next season and maybe somehow, I don't know what the Bucks situation is. I haven't looked into their situation, into their contract, into their cap space. Nothing. I don't know where they are. But I'm just saying what I would respect him for more. So that's just my view and wanted to share that with y'all. So let me know what you guys think. Comment section's open. What do you think Giannis should do? And if you agree with me or disagree with me, or you agree with Rob Parker or you agree with Washington. So let me know. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace. Share the channel. We need to grow this thing as big as we can. Bye.